I want to quote this one,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask you a very good question. Christina prides herself of being in tune with her clients, with a talent for synthesizing, making it clear what is desirable and attractive with what is viable and functional. So how would you coach a new employee, or how to achieve this balance?
Well, that's really kind of a difficult thing, and I think it takes time. I think what's really important, we have to listen to what a client is asking for, or whoever, and we have to really, really be sort of true to what they want, but we should also try and twist that around to create something creative. But actually at the same time, what we're doing, we have to also be mindful that it has to work. It has to be functional. They can afford it. And I think it's always something that we need to balance between, wanting to do what we want to do. And I think a lot of young designers still don't understand that whole concept of this is the client brief. You need to listen to what they're requesting. And I think just over years and years of experience and just listening to clients, and also I'm a little bit outspoken. I like to sort of challenge my clients as well. But I think I also have this very sort of honest approach, because I think we need to question them as well. Maybe sometimes they don't know if they're doing the right thing. I really believe in bringing my team to meetings all the time. If I'm going to a meeting, I never go alone, so they have to be part of that meeting. And actually, over the last year, I think the COVID thing in terms of business, it's been great. More of our team have been able to attend meetings. So if I'm in a meeting, I can question a client, and I think my team wouldn't do that as much. And I think that's my sort of strength. I don't worry about it, because I think it's how you pose the question. And I'm always reviewing how people write something, and if they may have contacted the client and they may have written an email. And then I read that email and I think, well, I would have said it a little bit different. I would go back to them and say, hey, you should have written it like this. It's the way you say something. And I think when you earn that respect from the client and you develop that relationship, there's no going back. And I think teaching someone that, it's a journey. It's not something you could teach someone in a month or two. It's a long journey. And I think a lot of designers tend not to stay with their companies for a long time. And one of the best things for them to do is stay with a company, go through the thick and thin. If they don't know what they're doing, they need to ask. If they're not happy about something, they need to come and ask. I'm approachable. You talked about that human sort of touch or human experience. I really believe that everyone has to be approachable. Yeah, I may wear that hat as a boss, and sign the checks at the end of the month, but actually at the end of the day, I'm also a team member, and I like when my team challenges me as well. They have to bring in fresh ideas, but they shouldn't be afraid to ask for something, because if they don't ask, they don't get. But sometimes I also like to reward if I think people are doing a really great job and really putting the effort in, even if maybe something isn't going right. But I think it's listening is important, earning respect from our clients, but it's something that takes a bit of time. And I think if a young designer really waits or works in a firm, whether it's my firm or whether it's someone else's firm, they really need to give it some time, and it's not something you learn overnight. So, it's taken me 3 decades. And I think I'm always, coming across things. So